Hey everyone, it's Justine and welcome to 3 Cards, 1 Stamp August 2015 for Day 1's card. This month I'm going to be featuring the My Favorite Things Count the Stars stamp set, and we're going to be making 3 cards using the exact same stamp set. Take a look at what I created. To get started, I'm going to take a piece of 4x4 Nina Solar White cardstock, and this is an 80 pound. I'm going to be using the Jumbo Circle Peekaboo die from My Favorite Things, and I'm going to attach that using some washi tape. What's really cool about these dies is that it not only does a cut of a circle, but it also cuts a stitched frame around the circle we've cut out. This is what happens when you cut it. So you can see the circle cut out with the stitched frame around it. It looks really, really cute. I'm going to be using the You Aren't Just a Star to Me, You Are the Whole Night Sky stamp from this set. And I'm going to be stamping that using Versamark Black Onyx ink. And I'm going to stamp that now because it's going to end up sitting on 3D tape, this panel, and I don't want to have to stamp it when it's already glued to my card because there's a good chance that it won't stamp properly. I'm going to attach this to my stamp press, ink it up using the black ink. This is a really great ink for stamping sentiments. It's very crisp and I always get great results. And then I'm just going to stamp that onto the bottom of my card panel here. So I lined it up using my grid lines and then just stamped down and applied pressure to the actual words just to make sure I got a nice impression because this is the first time I'm using this stamp. You can see I got a really great crisp impression. I'm going to grab my card base. This measures 10 by 5 inches and it's scored at 5 inches. I'm going to add some masking tape in reference to where my circle is going to be. So I want to create a night sky that's going to fit within the circle, but I want the white border around my card still. So I'm just attaching some 3M masking tape. This is a really cheap tape that you can use. And then I'm going to do the night sky within that square. Now that I have my area masked off, I'm going in with some Distress inks in Festive Berry, and I'm going in from the bottom. I want to create sort of an ombre effect or a blending effect going from pink to purple to blue to black. And I'm going to be adding then Seedless Preserves right now. And remember, you're just using a blending motion in circular motion and starting off the cardstock, working your way in. You're going to darken it up anyway with some black, so any major mistakes are not going to be a big deal. This is the Chipped Sapphire Mini Distress ink from Tim Holtz. You can see I got a little bit of blue on the back of my card, but I'm not really too concerned about that at the moment. And lastly, I'm going in with some black to darken up the night sky, just going around the entire border of the card. And then I'm just working in the black towards the center. I'm going over the card a little bit with black to darken it up. Now I'm going to remove my masking and you're going to see that I got this crisp white border around and it looks really great. I did end up getting a little bit of black on my card, as you can see here, so I just trimmed off that 1/8 of an inch. Not a big deal at all. Next up, I'm going to fold my card base and attach my panel. So I'm just folding at that 5-inch score line that I created with my paper trimmer, and I have my square. It looks a little funny right now and off-center, but doesn't really matter because in the end, I'm just attaching my panel. I used some 3D tape to attach this panel, and I thought it looked a little bit boring the way that it is, and it definitely needed something. So I started off by adding with my white Uniball gel pen some white dots. This gel pen is the best one I've found so far. I've used many different kinds. It works, I would say 90% of the time, really well. So I'm just doing sort of a pouncing technique, you could say. Then I decided it looked still a little bit too boring and I decided to add a die. And this one kind of coordinates with the actual stamp set, and I am cutting that out in silver glitter paper. Once again, if you are interested in any of the products seen here, you can check that out in my blog description. I have links to the stores, as well as on my blog I have links to the stores with pictures, so you can check all those out and get them if you're interested in anything. I'm just going to attach this star die cut using some Tombow Mono Liquid adhesive, and that brings us to the end of the video. So I hope you enjoyed 3 Cards, 1 Stamp August edition. day 1. I'll be back on Wednesday and Friday with the next 2 cards featuring this stamp set and this stamp set only. So thank you so much for watching and sticking around till the end of the video. Here you can click to visit my blog and supply list. You can check out July's card, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave on YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks so much for watching.